do you know what the beauty of filming multiple episodes on one day is?
It's definitely not having to spend all this time. Yes, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, thank you, my acquaintance. I was going to say, it's the fact that we don't have wardrobe change.
Yeah.
So people have like messaged me going, bruh, we know you guys are doing this on the same day because
Of
you're wearing the
course.
same clothes.
I mean, busy schedules and...
But not even that. We're not here to front and be quiet and go, we've got numerous wardrobes. This is about being real.
Yeah.
So this is two brassen around the braai, just chatting sport because they really love it. So on that note, a warmer welcome to Non-Traveling Reserves with myself, Dalin Oliver, and one of my best friends who could not make it today. And instead I got Carl Lewis.
That was good. That was good.
You were
Welcome. Welcome.
It was a fun to talk.
That was very good. Yeah, another episode, and I'm quite excited. We're gonna do a mishmash of stuff.
Yes, it's a mishmash.
Wayde van Niekerk, some Ashes, some transfers.
Yes.
And some whatever comes.
Whatever
F1.
comes.
But I wanted to start with Wayde. And
the king is back to all the people who doubted.
yeah,
Wayde van Niekerk is back.
7 races, 7 wins in a row.
What a
And
time.
He really is building up this head of steam. It's world champs in August. And he really is looking good. He ran, I think 3 weeks ago, 44.08.
Yes, he
which,
did.
I mean, is very close to his world record. And, you know, Wayde is such an incredible athlete. Like, there's only 3 athletes that have ran the 100 sub 10, ran the 200 sub 20, ran the 300 sub 31.
Wow.
And ran the 400 sub 44.
Is he one of them?
He's one of them, yeah. Michael Johnson's the other. And I'm not sure who the...
Doesn't matter who the other one is.
Yes. So...
It does, I say it respect.
This guy is... And he did that in 2017. But he's reaching those levels of form now.
After a tough period, guys.
After a tough period, after that sad injury at the touch rugby game.
Yeah.
He looks to be back at his best. And I'm really convinced this guy is the most complete sprinter we might well have ever seen.
In our generation, in our backyard, Kraaifontein, South Africa's finest, the world's best. What I love is that he's shared his journey with us.
Yeah.
Of recovering and then getting back to work, and even just his moves from here to the rest of the world and where he's staying with his family. And post races also, just that sincere grit and motivation that he's posting and tweeting about. If you're not a Wayde van Niekerk fan, like, what are you doing? Like, he's just...
Yeah.
Mentally, he's there, man. He's ready to break that record.
He looks focused and like you said, he shared his journey. He's been very honest of the struggles that he's been through in his recovery. And, you know, he wasn't his initial dominant self, like, before injury. But now I'm like, yo, this guy seems to be peaking at exactly the right time. And 7 races in a row. And, I mean, his last race on Sunday, his last Diamond League race.
Yes.
I mean, he ran a fast time again, and his competitors were very fast as well.
I think it was 44.08. I think so.
So this guy means business. And I think World Championships mid-August, I'm expecting big things. I really hope he reclaims that 400-meter title of his. And yeah, this is what he's doing currently is building up to that sensational athlete he was all those years ago.
Yes.
And I don't want to say, actually, I do want to say he's back.
Say it, Carl.
I feel like he's back, and I feel like he's really in world-class form where maybe not records will be broken, but I mean, he broke a series meet now recently.
Records will be broken.
Records will be broken, but I just want him to win his gold.
Yes.
And become the world champ again. But yeah, I don't feel we give this guy enough props at just how fantastic he is. This guy, to run sub 10 in 100 is fantastic.
Yeah.
To run sub 20 in 200 is fantastic. Then you still got 300-meter record, which is the world record holder in 300 meters. And obviously breaking Michael Johnson, who is like the gold standard, who wore gold spikes.
Wayde van Niekerk is the gold standard.
He is the gold standard now. So I just want to wish him well and give him props. I'm so happy to see him back to where he belongs post-injury. And he really is a good ambassador and face of our country.
On that note, I don't think people realize even the timing and his age, because he's not the youngest.
He's 31, yeah.
So to get injured at about 27, 28
In his peak.
in his peak,
And like I said, when he was running,
quick.
when he was showing like, listen, Oaks, I'm the best athlete in the world. I'm
Yeah.
that guy. Usain Bolt is gone,
Yes.
but I'm that guy now.
Yes. And then to come back, I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this, again, we can jump in with Akani Sambini, who saw one gold a few weeks back. I think it was
Yeah.
in Poland.
Yes, he pulled out of his race because there was a little bit of a hammy. But I think he is showing form where he could medal in the world champs. Yeah, that would be amazing.
fire as well.
So good luck to those two guys. And I mean the rest of the South Africans that will be taking part at the world champs. I'm sure we'll be covering it when the time comes. But
Yes.
yeah, lovely to see. Talking about fast people, should we go to the F1 call?
Pop, 100%. Max Verstappen. Who's going to stop Max, Carl?
Yeah.
Jeez.
World record. Again,
Jeez.
I mean, not world record. F1 record for most consecutive races.
7, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
In Red
Beating
Bull.
McLaren's record from, I think it could have been the 70s or the 80s. But yeah, I mean, the man, it's a rocket ship. And like, I say it all the time, you've got the best car in the game and you've definitely got the best driver as it stands. They are one. The car and Max is one at the moment. And that team is firing on all cylinders. He's like a machine at the moment. And I mean, I know some people will say it's boring, which is, it is. That's why I celebrated when Lewis.
But Lewis had pole.
When he had pole and he pull out that lap when he did was just like, that's a throwback to Lewis when he was setting the standard. And it's a lap that like only Lewis can do. But yeah, Max's, the championship is his, but there's been, I mean, the storylines below Max and the Red Bulls. Firstly, the McLarens, they now in the mix.
Yes.
Oscar Piastri and Lando, 2 podiums in a row for Lando, and Oscar is just up there. That's fantastic. It looks like Mercedes is competitive again. The Aston Martins have just dropped. Stroll and Alonso aren't competing where they should.
Yeah, I'm not too stressed about Stroll. I like Alonso.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's not as competitive as he was at the start of the season. I guess the other team upgrades are working. And then we also need to touch on the Ferraris who haven't really been putting their best foot forward.
What's happening with
Ferrari? It's been very underwhelming for them.
Is it now just a legacy brand?
No, I don't
say
know.
that with respect.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously got a new team principal this season, so maybe he needs time for his ideas to settle in. It doesn't seem like Oaks are going to catch this Red Bull anytime soon.
No.
I mean, when there's going to be big car changes in 2026, I think we could see Red Bull dominate. Unless, look, Mercedes, remember, they're still a world championship team. So, and I don't think Toto is going to make them lose focus. Lewis still wants his 8. So maybe in 2024, they'll have a car that can compete. But right now, this is Red Bull's world and we're just living in it. Although there is pressure on Checo.
Yes.
He has not been performing. Look, he got a podium, which was great. But in terms of qualifying, he's just missing
all the time.
He's missing out on Q3, which is to have the best car on the paddock is not good.
Is he Max friends yet?
I don't think so. It's all, I don't think Max is the friendly guy. But if you want to be a champ, I think you have to have the selfishness, and it's me.
That's why you and I are the champions.
Exactly.
Because we are we.
Yes.
French.
I was going to say now. Sounds like we're French there. But, and Lewis also, him and Nico Rosberg, when they were fighting, they also were at loggerheads. So I think at that level, you have to be selfish. And yeah, well done to Red Bull. But I'm excited to see the lower battles. Can Mercedes, because they seem to be picking up pace, can they be more competitive? Can the Ferraris show a bit of fight?
Yes.
I mean, even the Williams has been fast at stages.
Because we're halfway through the season now. It's
halfway through the season. No one's going to catch Max. No one's going to catch Red Bull. We're all fighting for
second, third, fourth.
Yeah.
What we're also fighting for is Saudi Arabian money. Carl, can we just have a moment and go, what on earth?
Yeah.
Like, how? Like, how?
I don't know, dude.
How? So
just like, wow.
So we all know the big news over the past week. Kylian Mbappe, PSG. Al Hilal says, listen, we're going to throw an offer of $300 million euros, which is like 6 billion rand to
Yeah.
one footballer
For one season.
for 1 year.
To be the bridge between PSG and Real Madrid.
How?
Because that's the
He
only
wants to
club
go
he wants
there.
to, that's the only club he wants to go to. So they like, look, dude, we'll splash all this cash, we'll pay you. How much do they want to pay him a year? Like 700 million or
Scary.
for 1 year, dude.
Do you think he's going to go?
I don't think so. I think as someone who's been playing in League One, you can't now give another, as one of the best players in the world, you
Yes.
can't play away from a top league
Again.
for more seasons. So I think you can, although PSG, they want him out. If you're not going to
Yes.
sign another contract, we want you out.
Yes.
That's theirs. But he only wants to go for Real Madrid. Real Madrid have already spent their money this season on
Yeah.
Bellingham, that Turkish kid, and a couple of other signings.
Yeah.
They've got, they've also had contract extensions. So for next year, it was perfect for Real Madrid. They can get him on a free.
Yes.
They can get him on a free. So I don't know. I think I don't think he will move. I think he'll stay at PSG.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone
But
else
the
can
fact that such money is being thrown around is stupid.
I mean, Saudi obviously have a plan. Or yeah.
I was looking at I'll try to get the numbers for you, Duran. It was on Sports Bible. And the numbers they had after Mbappe now, obviously not signed. I speak top of my head. Ronaldo, it's Al Nassr, so it was about 173 million. Then they had Benzema and Kante with Al Ittihad on 172, I think, and 83. And then the next drop was to Neymar with PSG, who's on about 60-something, and then Messi, who's on about 50-something with Inter Miami.
Yeah.
And you're just going...
That's astronomical. Look,
it's so scary.
The Saudi PFI have money to burn.
Yeah.
It seems, and they are intent on making a splash. I actually read about how they're going about it, because remember the PIF, the Public Investment Fund, they now own the 4 top clubs.
Yes.
They are bankrolling them. And obviously with all these players, a lot, the agents are seeing money.
Yes, that's it.
So apparently, like, you can't come to them with just say, they're obviously getting a lot of chances saying, hey, I'm an agent, I represent this player, would you be interested? They want to deal directly with the player. They need, like, they're being serious. If we're going to pay money, we want to know that you're serious. We want to talk to the player and yourself to see if you really, we don't want to work through intermediate, you know that word?
Intermediates,
yeah.
Intermediaries.
Yeah. So there's a New York Times piece. It was very interesting just how they're going about it. And like it's going through one person, essentially, that's making the decision. No, not the Sheikh. Well, I mean, it's their money.
The Sheikh's got a list. They go, I like this person, this person, this person.
But yeah, so that's interesting. I mean, I don't think we're going to be watching much Saudi football. We are going to be watching Premier League football. And Man United have signed Andre Onana.
Yeah, what's my name? Onana. What's my name? Yes. Do you think they signed it or played it?
A good signing from United. End of an era with De Gea. But look, De Gea is a fantastic shot stopper. He's not a goalkeeper that will fit into a Pep Guardiola, Ten Hag system. He's not that good with his feet, where Onana is.
Cameroon, eh?
Cameroon, yes. And you couldn't justify De Gea's wages, which was in the high 300k pounds, for what he was giving you, because he was making a couple of errors. He makes big saves, but he can't play with his feet, and that's what Andre Onana brings. So that definitely interesting. Look, Arsenal, they mean business.
Big signing.
They spent over 200 million pounds.
Yeah, Declan Rice,
sure. Julian Timber. You know, Julian Timber from Ajax Amsterdam. Yes. They've signed. Who was their first signing of the season? Though?
Timber reference.
Duran? Oh, yeah, Timber. I'm chopping down the tree and.
Yes. Can you just?
Yes, Havertz. So they spent over 200.
Big names. How is Declan Rice so expensive?
English premium, man.
Jeez,
you play a premium for an English player. He's young. I do rate him as a player.
Okay.
And remember, like, I had this whole thing about Enzo Fernandez not being worth it, but I guess that's the market we're in.
What do they get out of their deals? Say they sign him for 100 million. How much do they get?
Who?
The player. Because the club...
The player gets a signing on fee, which is separate from that, I assume.
Because the club
unless they structure it differently. the agent obviously gets his portion,
Yes.
and they have a payment plan. You don't just get 105 million
Yes.
pounds like that.
Yeah.
It's structured over a couple of seasons. So
How
the
much is
player
the-
will get a signing on
How much
fee.
does the club get?
Most of it.
Most of it.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing ever because they're playing with you.
Yeah.
You should be getting most of it.
But you get a signing on fee. So that's why, like, say you're a free agent, we're not going to pay a transfer fee for you. So your signing on fee from the
Bigger.
club will be bigger.
Okay. We must actually do a deep dive with how the structures of sales work, please.
I would be happy to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
So Arsenal, they mean business in the transfer window. Timber, he can play. I mean, he's such a technically gifted player. He can play right back, he can play centre back. And then Declan Rice, obviously in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
You've got Kai Havertz, who will play just off the
Yes.
striker. I'm not sure if they title challenges again. I thought the last season was their moment.
They'll be until a certain period.
Yeah.
Let's see if they've got this team.
Let's see if they have this team. I mean, yeah, City have signed Kovacic,
Yes.
which was surprised me a bit. But look, he's technically
Do
gifted enough.
City need reinforcement?
I think that on at left back, maybe they could do with someone else. We don't know what's happening with Kyle Walker. He could be going to Bayern Munich.
Okay.
So that's also happening there on the side. So there's still time in this transfer window to go. The Jude Bellingham signing, that excites me quite a bit. I really want to see how he fits into this very young and youthful Real Madrid side, which still has Toni Kroos and
Yes.
Modric.
It's wild. Kroos has been playing forever.
Yeah.
Still young.
Some interesting.
Yeah.
So let's see how that goes. And then United, they might sign Amrabat. I think he's playing for Fiorentina now. He plays for Morocco, defensive midfielder. He might be signed.
Is Benny just coming go find this African gems, bro?
Well, no. Well, as the striker coach, they're actually trying to sign a young Scandinavian, Rasmus Højlund,
Okay.
who plays for Atalanta.
Okay.
So there seems to be a stick up about the asking price. United don't want to pay over 60 million pounds, where Atalanta, they want to sell for 80 million maybe. Because he's 19, he's young and he's flipping good.
Yeah.
He's no Haaland yet.
Yes.
Or well, I don't think he will be.
I was gonna say.
But he's definitely a talent. And it would be interesting because United do need a striker.
And
they need a lot of players.
I was gonna say, and so much more.
Yeah. But that's some of the transfers that have been interesting.
The ones that have caught your eye.
Yeah, there's so many more.
I know.
And we'll talk about it later as the season comes closer.
Yes.
We'll preview and stuff. But
Liquor.
yeah.
I'll tell you what else has caught our eye. The fact that one of the players who, it's a love-hate relationship that I have with this player because I feel like he throws his toys a lot, but then he always backs it up with results. Stuart Broad joining the 600 Test Wicket Club in the 4th Ashes.
Yeah.
Australia retained the Ashes 2-1 going into the final one. But Broad, baby.
Yeah, no, Broad he's definitely underrated, as I don't think us South Africans rate him very highly, but
He's so consistent, man.
He is a good bowler and his longevity is super impressive.
Yeah.
As is Jimmy Anderson's, you have to acknowledge them and give them the respect that they deserve.
They're the only two fast bowlers in the 600 club, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Just shows how long they've been going.
Sure, since we were teenagers.
But it's also sad because of how test match cricket is structured currently.
The fact that there's no South Africans in there.
Yes,
Can we just have a moment of skelling, please?
So where England, Australia, and India, they will play 40 tests in that period.
Thank you.
We will play about 17. And
Thank you.
Kagiso Rabada is asking to break records.
Bernard Philander was, Dale Steyn was, Moni. We had numerous names.
So it's very sad. But I mean, as usual, the Ashes showing why it's such a lekker series to watch has been super exciting. Very sad for England, heartbreaking for England with the rain. I mean, it was set up that final test match, but I think a lot of us are taking pleasure in
England not winning.
Yeah, and them whining about it,
the best.
Whinging so hard about it.
It's the best. I love seeing that. Don't we just love seeing a whiny England side?
We do. But it's been some lekker cricket. It's been so entertaining.
Nick, runs and wickets.
Yeah, like Ben Stokes, he's in losing causes. He's been playing really well.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying Harry Brook in stages, the
Zach
youngster.
Crawley now, jeez.
Crawley scoring, if Crawley scoring like 100
89
at striking it at over 100 as well, shit is popping off, I love it. And for the Aussies, Khawaja has slowed down a bit.
I love Khawaja.
Yeah, I like to watch him bat.
He's such a gun player.
He's very nice to watch bat, but
Organized.
Yeah, Mitch Marsh has been very good for the Aussies as well.
You say that surprisingly.
I mean, he's hit and miss, and I
Yeah.
think Aussies feel that way. But look, he's been showing this.
Showed
I
up.
can draw, bro.
Yes.
I can play. And Travis Head has also been coming
Yes.
to the party despite his limitations against the short ball.
Uh-huh.
But it's been a lekker series. I've enjoyed it. It shows you why you miss Test cricket. I've even been watching West Indies, New Zealand, highlights on YouTube.
Yes. West Indies and India.
Yeah, West Indies, New Zealand. West Indies and India,
Yeah.
yeah. India giving some of their other boys
A go?
which is
When's
like that
Mustard?
Jaiswal, he scored 100.
You like him?
He can play a lefty for Rajasthan Royals. He can draw. But nice to see Test cricket.
Yeah. Pakistan also. Sri Lanka.
Yes, they're
Two of
playing
them's
now.
on the
I haven't watched any of the highlights.
I just like seeing Pakistan playing.
Yes. They got exciting players.
Just given political situation at times, you know how it goes up and down. So when they're playing, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because that's my South Africa off to South Africa.
I hear you. So just to end off the Ashes chat, you happy with the Australia retaining it?
Look, if I had to choose between Australia or England, I'd choose Australia.
Okay.
They always play hard cricket. They complain less than the... I'm laughing. My phone's ringing.
Your phone is going. My phone is also going. Can
you go? It's suspected spam. Should be answered.
Okay, let me check mine.
Wait, should I answer? It's a call center.
Oh, yeah.
Can you put it on? See? Hi, you're live. Hello? Oh, no. I usually have my phone on flight mode, but I forgot to do it before. But yeah, bruh, I'm happy with the Ashes outcome. I'm not too stressed about it. I want to see South Africa play more Test cricket.
Yeah.
I'm starting to become very bratty about this. Every time I see nations playing Test, I'm like, why aren't we playing? Why are we giving 2 tests? Again, we're going to New Zealand next year. 2 tests. You know how far New Zealand is? Why must we fly so far for 2 tests?
Nah, I hear you.
Give us 5.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? Structure it properly. Give us a chance.
It's just the economics of world cricket. It doesn't make sense. And we can speak about that another time. But
yes,
economically, like everyone loses if South Africa goes to a tour to the West Indies. There's no money being made at all.
Yes.
For either board. It's people only make money when
England, India, Australia.
Definitely India. And then you can break even, sometimes make money with England and Australia.
Yeah. Anyway, we're barely breaking even with the podcast. So thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
And for listening.
And for listening. And we will see you
soon.
Hear you very soon.
Might have some very exciting news as well.
Yes.
In the next couple, which we will be announcing. We don't know when.
Yeah. We don't know what.
We don't know what, but it's nice to just throw positive news out there. From myself, Dalin Oliver.
And Carl Lewis.
And our guest for today, Carl Lewis.
Yes.
Thank you for listening and watching Non-Traveling Reserves. Pew, 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 pew.
Cheers, guys.
Away.